All right, family. So y'all need to prepare accordingly. We all need to prepare for this accordingly. See exactly what's going on. Someone did mention medications coming in at it. Even with tomatoes, this is not usual. I mean, I know we be low over here in my parts of New Jersey, but hey family, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going ahead and discussing this port strike. Oh man, it's out of hand. Yes, it is. They want what they want and they are not stepping down. So this is Shauna and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You guys check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. And of course, I am checking in from New Jersey. Yes, from the East Coast, and workers have already stepped down even on my side. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, family. So the port strike threatens food supply and causing potential shortages for local food banks and consumers. So I'm hearing that more dock workers walked off the port from New England all the way to Texas. More is off. They're on strike. They're saying, we want higher pay and more job security. We hear that President Joe Biden stepped in. So a closed alley of organized labor has so far declined to directly intervene, citing the need to respect collective bargaining rights. So the strike, they're on strike. They're still on strike, y'all. And they want a great contract. We know that holiday supplies have already been taken out, as we discovered about a month ago when we did go into Dollar Tree. We noticed that they had Halloween, fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas supplies out all at the same time. And we've been watching, you know, to see if they were going to go on strike or not, or if a deal was going to be made. You know, in a lot of companies, they did bring out a lot of supplies at once, trying to, you know, stay ahead of the game of this here strike. But it's still going to be some major issues, because being that a lot of stuff has to be moved on over to the West Coast, it's going to cause delays. And a lot of stuff still not going to be able to come through. Some people are saying, well, it's just holiday supplies that's going to be affected. It's not. It's not just holiday supplies, especially if this strike is prolonged. If they do not come up with a deal, if they cannot meet in the middle, we're going to see some big problems. State officials, at least from New York, are reporting that they should not have any big disruptions, depending on how long the strike can go on. The Department of Homeland and Security and Emergency Services, they are saying that they should be good, at least when it comes down to medical supplies, for a while. So state officials do expect the supply chain of vehicles to be impacted by the strike. Those working at the Port of New York and New Jersey are part of the strike. Port Authority says incoming container ships will anchor at sea during the strike. They're saying a week-long strike could hit the economy hard. So when something is hitting the economy hard, y'all know what that means. Us consumers would have to pay. They're saying that this strike could cost as much as $5 billion per day. So both exports and imports are likely to be affected by this strike, though labor experts emphasize the economic consequences for the U.S. exports in particular, y'all. So here, when it falls down to us being able to export, now they're saying this strike do hurt our ability to export, y'all. So almost 2 out of 3 containers that leave the U.S. go through those eastern ports. The western ports have a lot more incoming, so labor actions are there. They're hurting the foreign-owned entities coming in. This one will hurt the exporters, because they won't be able to send their BMWs from South Carolina over to Europe. So we are having issues even when it comes down to exporting. It's not just importing. We got to talk about exporting and importing, y'all. So definitely that major issue still. Now, when we talk about the West Coast, so the West Coast dock workers have a separate union from the East Coast workers. The West Coast longshoremen agreed to a new 6-year contract last year that included a 32% raise. And that is their 6-year contract. Wow. The East Coast, they want a 77% raise over the 6-year contract. So, who's ever up next for president, right? They're going to have to talk a real good talk because it's definitely putting them in the spotlight. But hey, they're saying in anticipation of a strike, most major retailers did stock up on goods, moving ahead shipments of holiday gift items. Me, when it comes down to it, I'm not worrying about holiday gift items if I can't afford everything else that we need every single day to survive. The last thing on my mind is a holiday gift item. So thus far, here are the port strike locations: New York, Philadelphia, New Orleans, Houston, Mobile, Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, Hampton Roads, Baltimore, and Boston. And most of the ports that is affected is Boston, New York, of course, and New Jersey, Norfolk, Virginia, Wilmington, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, Mobile, Alabama, and Houston, Texas, of course. And those affected by the shutdown can include Baltimore and Brunswick, Georgia. And those are the top 2 busiest auto ports. Philadelphia, which gives priority to fruits and vegetables, so look out for that. New Orleans, which handles coffee mainly from South America and South Asia. Various chemicals from Mexico and North Europe, and wood products such as plywood from Asia and South America. So those things are affected as well. Though, the West Coast is not affected. They're saying since the work stoppage is impacting East Coast operations, many shipments could be rerouted out west, potentially causing traffic jams. So that's another issue right there. They're also saying Americans could also face higher prices as retailers feel the supply squeeze. So as long as the strike go on, the possibility, and we'll see it fast, the possibility of the prices to go up just like that. A prolonged strike would require companies to compensate shippers for delays. Wow. So potentially causing goods to arrive late for the peak of holiday shopping. I do see more and more workers are going on strike, even here over in the port of Elizabeth, y'all. So that's Elizabeth, New Jersey. Hundreds of workers walked out and they went on strike. Similar scenes have played out in Boston and Philadelphia as the strike went into effect on midnight Tuesday. I hope that folks can get to a table sooner than later. Find common ground very soon. That's what Governor Murphy did say. So we're going to see the effect of this sooner than later. So hopefully you guys can definitely prepare where you can, fill in the gaps where you can. I'm not saying nothing new. I've been saying this even before the strike. Consumer goods like clothes, shoes, accessories, furniture, cars, and some grocery items like fish, wine, and fresh produce could be the first to be impacted. So watch out for things like that as well. Household goods, they're saying that should not fall short anytime soon. At least that's what they're saying. I don't believe anything that they say. I stock up accordingly, and that's how I move. Better healthcare, that's 77% increase over the the 6-year contract. And say no to automation. That's some of the main things that they are looking for. Let us know, does that sound reasonable to you? Because we still need we got to get the goods in and out, right? At the end of the day, things need to be imported as well as exported. And as long as this go on, this can cause delays for the West Coast too. So please be prepared. We're going to leave this video right here where it's at. If you all are new here and you did enjoy today's video, all you have to do is subscribe to become part of the family. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Until next time, y'all, prepare accordingly. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Peace out.